They have impact and influenced the music business for 4 decades. That's over 40 years. They have sold over 90 million records. Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, of course, recipients, 9 Grammy Awards, 4 American Music Awards. They have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame around a few years ago in 2000. And they are here. I'm talking about Philip Bailey. I'm talking about Ralph Johnson. I'm talking about Verdine White. And, of course, in spirit, we have our dear brother Maurice White with us. The Elements of the Universe, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
What's up, Lenny?
Who
What's up?
Who doesn't look like a day. As a matter of fact, I wanted to check Philip Bailey's ID because we are doing a little wine tasting tonight.
Indeed.
Except Verdine doing salsa.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm doing salsa, but I wanted to make that correction.
Yes, sir.
That's more like 100 million records.
Excuse me. Let me
copy.
scratch
That's
this
all right.
baby
Well,
right
now,
now.
well.
What? 100. Just a little pressure.
Did you get a drink yet?
No, I did not. That's the problem. I did not have
the problem. Okay.
Yes. So look, 1-855-453-6694. Ladies, fellas, 1-855-453-6654. If you'd like to give a little quick chat to these distinguished gentlemen who are about to engage in a huge North American tour. And you guys are calling the tour 2054. I need to understand that first of all. What was the reason? Because you guys are so deep. So break that down for me.
Go ahead, Phil.
Well, you remember Studio 54, right?
Most definitely.
The whole theme of this whole tour is just partying.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just consistent. It's just a consistent party, and we have like in different markets. In all the markets, we have a DJ that's working with us that we're going to announce at the time of the concert in each city and stuff. But we just want to have a party.
And I understand the way you guys are setting up this show with the DJ and all. You almost have like a section that's standing up.
Yeah,
right down in the front.
Yeah, it's just a party.
How do you guys look? Like I said, these gentlemen, they don't look a day over 22. So how do you guys amp yourself up for this huge tour that's coming up?
Well, we're touring all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We're always on the road. We tour from like maybe March, April, almost until through November or right before.
Yep.
We go home and stuff.
Yeah, we
back
have
and
breaks.
forth,
I would hope so.
But
To
that's
water the plants or feed the
basically
dog.
the tour season.
Yeah, that's the work period.
And I never sleep, so I'm good.
I heard that you're a workaholic.
Yeah, I can put the time in.
How much time do you need to kind of rejuvenate yourself for a day?
What time is 8:00 now?
Yeah,
8:10.
Look, we just got back. We just got back.
We're
from
all
Japan.
jet lagged.
Yeah.
We just got back from Japan. 17 hours
Get outta
difference.
here.
So we're over there 2 weeks and stuff, and then we went home. We didn't go home.
We went home. Got home on Sunday. This past Sunday.
And then we left Wednesday.
Wednesday morning.
We're in the cut tonight, baby. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. I'm Lenny Green. This is the calm before the storm. Joining me, Verdine White, Philip Bailey, Ralph Johnson, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You guessed it. Earth, Wind, and Fire, live and in living color. I'm going to go. I got to do a little Facebook Live. Are you guys doing social media these days as well?
Very much so.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
None of them are following me, though. I don't understand why, but we're going to try to get one of them to follow. Can y'all follow me? Because I need a friend. Just one. I know you got at least 50 million. I mean, can you put one more on the slate?
We can do that.
I hope so.
We'll follow you, man. We got you.
Thank you so much, man. You make me
Got you
feel
on the
like
follow.
I have a complex or something. I don't want
Likes up,
Yeah, Yeah, get your likes up.
I need that. You bring credibility to me in a great way, more than you think. Look, man, gentlemen, you guys. I wonder if you guys have checked off everything that you could possibly check off your bucket list at this stage of the game, being collective as a group or individually. I remember.
No.
So what's left?
No.
You've traveled the world many times. You've made many albums. You've gotten the achievements upon achievements.
We live and let it happen, and we don't get stuck with our achievements or accomplishments. We're very honored, humbled by them, but it's on to the next thing.
Got it. I'm understanding that and respecting that. You guys are doing
we keep it moving.
Yeah, in a great way, and you're doing a lot of movement. I want you to tell me about this and how excited you are about this upcoming tour called 2054. And please tell me and share with me, you're not doing this tour by yourself.
Oh, no.
So
No.
there's some company with you on this tour as well.
Us and Nile Rodgers and Chic.
And the Great Chic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is going to be really.
It is going to be a fun dance fest.
As Philip said earlier, it's going to be a party.
Totally.
Because those songs are
memorable,
associated with party times, and great songs, and of course, without question, Nile is great.
Nile is phenomenal.
And Chic is great, and we're looking forward to this one.
So you guys will be taking extra multivitamins, I'm assuming, because this is a nonstop party. And, Verdine, you're probably the only one in the group. I don't know. I'm not trying to shortchange you brothers right now.
No, go ahead with it.
But Verdine may be the only one in the group who only gets like a couple hours sleep, and you just come back up again.
That's because
I can't do that.
I have sleep issues here.
Okay. A little app.
And I have a lot of energy. Philip and I were talking about it earlier. But that's
show,
always been me anyway.
The show in New York is August 7th. At Madison Square Garden.
But you kick it off in California.
We kick it off, on the 12th.
July 12th.
Of July?
Yep.
Wow.
In Oakland, California.
And when does the tour end? What's the date of the last date?
August 22nd.
Jesus.
In Detroit.
Michigan.
And you just came back from Japan. And then...
And we're jet lagged.
And you're going to go back out again.
Well, in between, we're doing the CMA.
That's right. Country Music
Television Awards.
In Nashville.
And that's next week.
We're actually going to fly out of here and head down to Nashville.
Which is going to be kind of interesting because, very interesting because we get a chance to mix it up with some of the CMA stars.
I was reading the list.
They're actually going to be doing an Earth, Wind, and Fire music, and some of the artists.
Darius Rucker.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah.
Greg White.
Rascal Flatts is going to do some.
We love Rascal Flatts. Love Jay DeMarcus, all those guys. Yeah.
And then on the awards show, we're mixing it up with Lady Annabella.
That's hot. Yeah. That's really hot, fellas. Talking about diversity, these gentlemen are part of a musical institution. They are the musical institution of over 40 years of great music.
You were talking about kids in their 20s.
Yes.
But we have like kids who are 5, 6, 7, 8 years old now.
No way.
Because we just got through doing the animated film Trolls with Justin Timberlake and Anna Kendrick.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a millennial over the last couple of nights, and when I mentioned that you guys were coming, they're like, "Oh, really? We're into them." I'm like, you know about Earth, Wind, and Fire? Because this is before CDs.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the authentic, ones that are like me. We go back to the albums, which I love.
But there's some 8 tracks in there too, Lenny, back there too.
Well, that was a little before my time, Verdine.
Okay.
That was on the first. That was probably on the first.
Okay. But we have like 5 generations that come.
Amazing.
Hear the music, see the music. Kids take pictures with us because the parents tell them. They take them for their mothers and their fathers and their sisters and brothers. So it's a whole love fest and a multi-generational.
Let's reflect on Maurice just a moment, because he is in our presence. The memories of Maurice. If you guys can say it in 30 seconds each, what would you say about that dynamic genius?
Well, the visionary, the orchestrator of what people have been able to hear and experience for 45 years, came out of his heart.
Yeah, no question about that. Ralph?
One of the most driven individuals I've ever met in my life. Knew what he wanted to do, was always on point, knew exactly never any guesswork in there, knew exactly what he was doing, and as you can see, he certainly pulled it off.
Visionary, driven.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother.
As I would say, the great big brother, the best big brother a person could ever have.
I know
as Philip said, innovative. Ralph said, driven. I would have to say, great work ethic. And his timing was always impeccable.
And that went through the group in many ways. You guys went through a few changes in the very, very beginning when Earth, Wind, Fire was coming together. But how did the group actually come together? I know Maurice, obviously, and you gentlemen kind of decided to do it. But were you going to school at the time in Chicago and kind of bumped into the hall, and one thing led to another, and one thing led to another?
I'm from Denver.
Oh.
And I'm from L.A.
Ah.
Yeah, and I'm from Chicago. And Maurice, when he left Ramsey Lewis, the great Ramsey Lewis trio, for the young people to Google him, he decided to start a band. So he went to California, and then he brought me out to California at the time. And then in '71, I met Ralph, and then and Philip. We actually had saw Philip. We saw Philip play in a band we were that we were on tour with.
Yeah.
And then he came to California, and then when Maurice was deciding to who he should get, he had another choice of mine. I said, "Oh no, you should get Philip," because I had spent the afternoon with Philip, and and he pulled Philip. I don't remember, you had a harmonica that day.
Okay.
And he played the harmonica.
Wow.
I never saw that before.
That's
I called my mother.
Well, Philip, how many instruments did you play?
Well, I played bass in junior high. I played drums through 4th grade through college because I was got to Los Angeles playing drums because I was going to be a percussionist.
Wow.
And I'm studying piano.
So singing wasn't in the forte at that time? When you started?
Singing was something I could do, but I was really more seeking after the drumming thing, as a percussionist, because I was a big fan of Harvey Mason and looking at a lot of the movie soundtracks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was studying mallets and all that kind of stuff.
That's deep.
in
That's deep.
school, but then singing kind of took over.
And Ralph, you stayed steady to your course?
Steady on the drums, man.
Yeah.
Took my first drum lesson at 8 years old. I auditioned for Earth, Wind with just Verdine and the guitar player at that time, Michael Beale, but I auditioned December of 71.
Was it pressure?
Maurice and Verdine had seen me play at a club
Mm-hmm.
in L.A. on Crenshaw Boulevard, which is still there.
Wow.
And so next thing I know, I was getting a phone call, and they asked me if I wanted to audition. I said, yeah, sure.
Did you feel pressure when you were auditioning? Because I know.
No, I was not nervous. I didn't feel any pressure. I just went in and did what I did and tried to give it the best presentation possible.
Well, you got to remember, we weren't Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You're right.
Yeah,
we're
we
just
know.
some cats
We were just cats trying to
in the neighborhood
wanted
trying
get
to
in a
find the next
band,
gig.
get in a good band, the
Right.
best band we could be in.
Right.
I hear you, man. I hear you. There's so many bands that came. You remember a band by the name of Manchild?
Vaguely.
Manchild. Babyface was in that band. They made a song, and if you close your eyes, you would have sworn it was Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's how much of an influence you guys have been on groups back in the day. And they came out late 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But, obviously,
Out of
things
Indianapolis,
changed.
right?
Yep.
Right.
Exactly. I mentioned a little while ago that I wanted to know, what's your guys' perception of today's, musicians and today's singers? Is there any, well, I don't want you to put names on the line. I don't want putting that pressure on you. But do you think there's a few in this circle this genre that we're dealing with right now, who has the sustainability to go the distance as long as you guys have done this?
Well,
So
I
they
think
can-
it's a different day.
It
It's
is,
a different
totally.
day and time. When we came up, music was such a central part of everyone's life, and the competition wasn't there with all the internet and all the
Yeah.
plethora of
Yeah.
things that vie for your attention as it is now. Now your attention span is just like
It's quick.
yeah. right here, because
Yep.
it's like we didn't listen. We listened to whole albums when they came out. Who has the time to listen to an album now?
Yeah,
We had
you're
listening
right.
parties and all that kind of stuff. So it's a different day. It's a different time. And it's left to be seen if anyone has those kind of 40-year,
Yeah, man.
40+ year staying power and stuff. I think it might be gone.
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think so. And things were different back then. It seemed like everyone's was individualized. Like, you knew an Earth, Wind, and Fire sound, and you knew a Barry White sound. Everybody had their own lane, even though everyone was competing, because you guys had the best of the best that you were going up against, back in the 70s and the 80s. You had to go in there knowing that you had to come out with a few hit records. And of course, as a music fan, as myself, as so many are, we went beyond a single. The record labels released a single, but we liked album cuts. And I'm sure there was many album cuts that never made chart, but was very, very popular in so many households.
Right.
So it is amazing.
And we were talking about in Japan. Philip had brought up a good point that back in the day, each city had its own sound. You could go to New York; it had its sound. Chicago had its sound. Detroit. So there were groups coming out of these different cities with different sounds, and then you had clubs where you had the incubation period, where you can really incubate and really work on your style,
your craft.
for a period of time.
Yeah, a lot of things have changed, baby. But you know what? You guys are not letting the times of change. lose you in the mix because you guys are definitely in the mix as well. And ladies and gentlemen, we should mention they are hitting the road as early as next month, so you got some time. This is June 1st, and this is a wonderful way how to kick off Black Music Month by having these distinguished gentlemen in my company tonight. But they're going to hit the road. They hit the road as of next week. They just came back from Japan, so you can understand how grueling it is. I don't know how or who does your laundry. Because I don't know. Because somebody has to do your laundry. You guys never functified. You bring the funk to the stage, but you never funky. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's doing their clothes and making sure that these cats are together. So you got a wonderful team.
We have professional laundry doers
that travel with you.
Yes.
But we do have a great team, though.
We actually do. It's very organized.
It's like it's like a whole plethora of people to definitely go through. Your breakdown. Now you're doing something in New York called the Classic East.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you talk about that? Because I know it's going to be really, really crazy.
Well, go ahead. Oh.
Well, it's actually a rare opportunity that we have to mix it up with several other superstar pop bands. And it's similar to what we did back in the day at
California Jam.
California Jam was 250,000 people.
Right.
You know,
At Ontario Motor Speedway. Right.
So you're doing something, of course, with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're doing something with Fleetwood Mac
Yep.
and Journey.
Yep.
And you're doing something with Doobie Brothers
Steely Dan.
and Steely Dan. Man, this is going to be, this brings everybody together. You know, the music of Earth and Fire has become so diverse over the years. It's a multicultural melting pot when you go to your concert. Back in the day when you guys started up, you know, you just primarily catered to, and black audiences just came to you. But to show you how diverse music is and how many different cultures embrace your body of work, it's got to be overwhelming for you guys, especially when, now it's probably most common, but it had to be overwhelming to you, gentlemen, when you first started to see other cultures kind of just appreciating you. Like you said, you just came back from Japan. So people who may not even speak English appreciate your body of work. How does that make you feel when you sit back and look back at your life?
Well, it is an honor. But once the music was thrown out there and put out there, a lot of people gravitated to it. You know, I think the audience has just expanded and expanded over time.
Yeah.
All the way, even like I said now, you know, but we have kids 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old. We have 3 different generations backstage in one room at the same time.
And are your children following in footsteps?
Yeah, actually, my son is in the band. Yeah. He went to Berkeley School of Music, and he sings and plays percussion.
How does it make you feel, Dad?
It's good because he gets a chance to see the reason why I wasn't home.
Yeah, it covers up a lot, for sure, for sure. Look, I can't hold you gentlemen anymore because you guys got to squeeze in some kind of sleep. Because I know you've been up early this morning. But
who needs sleep? Lenny, come on.
You know what, Ralph? That's what I say. But, you know, I'm being nice.
Just keep going, Lenny. Let's do it.
I want y'all to come back and visit me.
Another hour. Come on, Lenny, please.
Because, see, Ralph, I got to make some more wine, buy some more wine. It takes me a long time to do this, you know what I'm saying? So that way I can make sure that you gentlemen are satisfied when y'all come in. But in parting, we should just remind everyone, they can go to your website.
Yes.
And they can follow y'all on social media.
Right.
And find out what city you're going to be in next. And trust me, they're covering the spectrum of coast to coast, north to south, no stone unturned. I don't know about In the Stone, but I know you're not leaving no stone unturned.
Well, I tell you what, In the Stone is in the show.
Is it?
It's the last thing you hear.
Can we get something else in the show that I'm pretty sure is not on your repertoire?
What is that?
Be Ever Wonderful.
Whoa.
Okay.
Am I right? Am I right?
Well, you're right. It's
And
not currently in the playlist.
What's on there?
But we do Love's Holiday.
Okay, that's right.
Love's Holiday.
I got another one that's probably not in your song.
What?
You know, Slow Jam. It's a slow jam. I write the song.
We put it in the show.
Every now and then
sometime.
that comes in. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. We switch that in and out.
What about that first song that went top 5?
And which one was that?
Giving. It was a female.
Think About Loving You?
Think About Loving You.
No.
No, we haven't done that.
No.
Brazilian rhyme we
Brazilian
do.
rhyme we do
Okay.
after we do the introductions of the band.
Oh, we got a good show. We got a great show. We got a phenomenal show, folks. I can't wait to
It's
see
a
it.
feel-good thing.
It's a feel-good thing, no question.
You
All
feel
right.
better when you left than when you came.
You know what? I'm going to hold you to that, Verdine.
Okay.
It has a kind of healing effect.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Now, see, that they're talking about that love
Now,
thing.
wait a minute, hold it.
Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough for coming by.
Well, thank you. We're
God
honored.
bless
Thank you.
Really.
We're always
Elaine,
glad to
thank
be
you
here
for
with
having
you.
us.
And I look forward to seeing y'all the next. Well, if y'all have enough rest to come by and say hello to me, I would appreciate that. But may God continue to walk with you and continue to enhance your careers and your life until the end of our time, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much,
Marilyn.
Lenny.
And thank you to the
Thank you.
fans.
And thank you
Thank you to New York.
Amen. Here's to New York. Here,
And
lick
all
your
the-
glass.
and,
Lick your
and
glass.
Jersey and Connecticut
the glass.
and
Lick your glass.
Philly and
All
all
right, there it
East
is.
Coast folk.
And the Southern folk,
That's
Yes.
right.
All
Listen,
of them.
all of them. Without them, there's no Earth, Wind, and Fire. Well, Earth, Wind, and Fire will definitely be around for eons.